Hi, so I thought I'd pop on to just have a little look to see what the passing of solstice, summer solstice, meant for us. Now that the sort of peak light has passed and we're into this, there's been a shift into expansion, integration, gratitude and intentions, intentional harvest. So what I'm going to look at now is what we need to celebrate, release and cultivate for this sort of new season, this new period for us. So let's just have a little look. So if you just like to tune in, take a breath and let me know if this reading resonates for you. So you've been called to celebrate. So this is a beautiful card. So you're being asked to celebrate happiness. So I feel what may have been happening is you may have actually been down that sort of hole where you go looking at everything and spinning around too many thoughts, and it feels like perhaps your own thoughts may have been almost wrapping around your throat chakra and stopping you expressing yourself properly. So this just feels it's a really good time to allow those thoughts to go, to sort of release thoughts that you haven't got a solution for. So if there's something you're thinking about that's got a solution, write it down, journal about it. But if there's something that's just playing on your mind constantly, it just feels like, write it down and then try and put it out your mind for a while and focus on something else. Shift your focus to the happiness that's in life, the flow of life, and perhaps the acceptance of certain things. So this is asking you to celebrate yourself instead of perhaps giving yourself a hard time. Celebrate yourself, celebrate your body, what you do, being here, enjoying life, the gift of life. Find the happiness in it, whether it's just looking at the flowers, the trees, nature, or just looking at how far you've come, whatever it is, and going around your house and your life and your world and expressing gratitude for all that you have and all that you are, and finding the happiness in the little things. And I feel that nowadays we're so pushed to obtain things and buy things and celebrate, the purchases of things or the accumulation of things. But this is like, I feel totally the opposite. It's like, get rid of things and just find happiness in everything that is given gifts of within ourselves and just within nature. So celebrate yourself, celebrate all the growth you've been through, all the beautiful ideas and inspirations you've got, or just celebrating yourself and the happiness that you have in life. And it really, for release, we've been asked to release direction, and sometimes that can sound counterproductive when we're sort of, don't worry about where you're going, because we're so, again, taught to have so many goals and things that we want to do. But this is sort of saying that perhaps if you release your control on life and focus on gratitude, focus on everything that you've got in your life, everything that surrounds you, with having that space of letting go of a lot of the musts. I've got to do this, I must do this, I should do this, I've got to achieve that, that's my goal. And perhaps just by letting go of your direction and taking a breath, you can allow things to unfold naturally. And then with synchronicities of life, you'll find your you'll be led into some place where you're supposed to be. So it just feels like, celebrating the joy of life and having that gratitude, and then letting go and surrendering. Doesn't mean giving up, it means just releasing control and thinking, okay, well, what's going to happen next? Where's life taking me? And with that becomes a sense of relaxation and trust in life, in the universe. And maybe with that trusting and letting go, it will let go. Your life will move some things and some people out of your life, but that will allow space for more things to come in, so you get on the correct path, or it levels up if you don't feel you're on the correct path. But it's like by letting go, you'll be led in the direction that is going to be the best for you. And then, what was the third question? Cultivate. So this is asking you to, to look into yourself, self-exploration. So it is having a little look at yourself. And I'm drawn to the shadows, and a lot of the time we're told that our shadow, we push down these parts that perhaps society says isn't good. It's not good to be too loud, too chatty, too whatever, too big, too bold, too whatever. And I feel this is asking you to go into your shadows, to see, what have I pushed down, and become unapologetically you. And go in to explore yourself, and perhaps think, well, what do I hide from other people? That part of me, that silly side, that fun side, the serious side, whatever it is. And it's perhaps saying, go in and explore that and ask, why do you hide it from people? And maybe you should start bringing it out and showing people the true you, and being true to yourself, so you have this expression. And the more you do it, the more confident you feel, because when we have a facade, and we all do to people to get on in life, we have to sometimes conform within a job, or we feel we should, whatever it is. But this is saying, pull out the true you, because once you do, you'll feel so much more confident. And again, once we live our truth and become our truth, then our direction really changes and shows up for us. So I feel this is sort of saying, have some time exploring yourself, your shadow self, the things you hide from people, and what you feel you've pushed down because you were told as a child, that's not true, that's not the way you should be. And I love on this card, it actually says fairy tales and myths. So perhaps this is asking you to really embrace your mysterious side as well. The connection that you had, then you did speak to your spirit guide as a child, or your invisible friend, or you just knew things, or you spoke to spirit, and people would say, oh, shut up, don't say that, don't admit these sort of things, you're strange. So this is asking you to explore yourself and perhaps reconnect. I'm really drawn to the moon, connect to the moon cycles, connect to having some time in nature or outside, and just being able to ground and explore yourself and embrace yourself. And once again, we're back to celebrating yourself. So I hope that made sense to you. Happy solstice and many blessings.